Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This lovely Monday morning. It couldn't be any more beautiful. It is a little chilly, especially for us babies out here in Southern California. Surfside is located between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach, and man, it's a spectacular sunrise in the ocean. Looks to be pretty flat, calm. We've got a lot to go over with you. I mean, that bluefin tuna bite on the offshore scene here in SoCal continues strong. There's some excellent fishing south of the border also for the San Diego long range fleet, and also in the port city of Ensenada, located 70 miles below the Mexican-American border. We still have some big bluefin tuna in Northern California, spectacular rock fishing up and down the coast, our Christmas party looming on December the 2nd, and so much more. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good Monday morning, my friends. Oh my God, is that good or what? I've got to tell you, coffee, especially when you're standing down here in bare feet and your swimming trunks, man, that really does warm you up. It is beautiful, gorgeous morning. People are already up and walking and running and enjoying the beautiful atmosphere, ambience of the Eastern Pacific here. It is truly gorgeous. Don't forget, December the 2nd, we've got a Christmas party over in Redondo Beach, California. It's for everybody. You don't have to be a fisherman or a fisherwoman. You can just be a fan of Friedman Adventures, whether it's Walk with Phil or Caminar con el Gringo or right here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. We want to see you all over there at our Christmas party. We're going to be raising funds to ship more food and medical supplies and clothing down to our brothers and sisters in Mexico for the Christmas season. So come on out, help us bring the Christmas season in, help us raise some funds so we can send even more needed goods down to Mexico. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just send me a text to reserve. We're going to have a great meal, raffles, and lots of fun. We'll see you December the 2nd. Don't forget, hit that like button, share these videos with a friend, tick the bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. And of course, subscribe to the Friedman Adventure YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as I come at you every single day. You know, it's almost time for the Bart Hall shows, and there's a lot of them. Not just one, but the Long Beach show is going to be in January this year. And very soon, you're going to see Bart Hall right here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. We'll be talking to Bart in great detail about this next year's coming shows, and they promise to be really outstanding. All right, let's jump into it with you and just tell you that south of the border, several hundred miles down the coast, we continue to see some really good fishing. That's Bradley Phillips surf fishing in the rocky areas down the Baja coast, catching big yellowtail. He said that yellow went over 50 pounds, eating the surface iron. Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Long-range boats who've been motoring down that way continue to have outstanding fishing, and I mean, it is good on a variety of different species. Dorado, yellowfin tuna, some spectacular marlin bites if you're into that kind of a thing. There's all kinds of yellowfin tuna. It's just been spectacular on the Wahoo, and all the boys who've been headed down that way have been experiencing just absolutely wonderful fishing. The Independence, the Red Rooster 3, the Royal Polaris, the Intrepid, to name a few, have all had outstanding trips. Next year, we have an 8-day trip. We'd love you to join us on the Independence. What a great and beautiful rig she is. IndependenceSportFishing.com. We'll be leaving on November the 18th, returning on November the 26th, 2024, 2 days before Thanksgiving. It's going to be a great one. I hope to see you on that trip indeed. Down in the Ensenada area, most of the boats down there are focusing their efforts on rockfish right now. There still is some offshore possibilities. The water's a little bit cool down that way, but every once in a while somebody will pop off a Dorado on a kelp or a yellowfin tuna or a bluefin. But most of the guys down there now focusing strictly on rockfish. Our friends over there at Blackfin Sport Fishing has been doing really excellent work. Really fun fishing for those guys, providing excellent table fare and a lot of fun for everybody who heads down there into that neck of the woods. I love traveling in Baja, California, San Diego, LA, Orange County, offshore fishing. Spectacular. Last night there was some excellent nighttime fishing. You know, we're just getting down to the point where guys are throwing the towel in. The season's over for them, but there's still several boats that are hanging in there and continuing to fish. And why not? Fishing is as good as it has been for the entire season right here in November right now. Some excellent nighttime fishing. That's when you're going to fish those big heavy jigs like 300 to 500 gram jigs with that colored metered line that tells you exactly the depth your jig is at. That is probably the most important thing you can do when you're nighttime fishing. Get your jig to the appropriate depth. It is so important. Fishing heavy tackle, Daiwa 2-speeds with 130, 100-pound spectra, at least 200-pound leaders, dropping when the captain says to drop and getting it to the appropriate depth. Man, that is also very important. It's been really excellent fishing at night. During the daytime, we continue to see outstanding fishing. Sometimes it's 20 to 30-pound bluefin tuna. Sometimes it's 50 to 60-pound bluefin tuna. Other times it's 100-plus pound BFT. And sometimes they want to bite that lighter fluorocarbon. I'm talking like 25-pound. Also, you can get bit on the 40-pound at times. And then in other occasions, you can get bit by fishing 60 or 80-pound. I mean, fish the heavy if you can get away with it. And there has been nothing short of spectacular scores. In addition to, having that variety of fluorocarbon, you want to have a variety in hook sizes for sure. Sometimes you have to drop down to a number 4 circle hook. Other times you can get bit on a bigger hook. You just have to let your observational skills take over, watch what's going on, and go with the heaviest and biggest hook you can get away with. Sometimes that's going to be really, really light with a small hook. Other times they're going to be biting nails, and that's when you put the screws to them and go with the heavy tackle. Remember, these bluefin tuna do have teeth. They can chew through the line. They pull awfully hard. And I don't know what it is, but here recently, we've seen just some awfully mean and tough fish. I mean, even for a 20 to 30-pound bluefin and occasional yellowfin, although that seems to be out of the picture right now, it could show up again. But they've just been really tough fish. So fish the heavy if you can. Tribute, limits of bluefin tuna. Highliner, limits of bluefin. They had 14 in the 80 to 100-pound class. Beautiful fish. The Ranger 85, a day and a half trip. 23 guys, 34 on the bluefin tuna. Ocean Odyssey, day and a half trip. 48 bluefin. Remember, 2 bluefin per rod per day is U.S. and Mexican limits here. So that gives you an idea. Condor, 24 guys, 53 bluefin tuna. Their big one went about 120 pounds. El Dorado with 45 bluefin tuna, 90 pounds. Most of it was 20 to 30-pound fish. Had one that was about 90 pounds. El Dorado's been doing it and having great fishing. As you can see by the photos that we have up there for you, they have been all over it, doing really, really well. And they're not finished with their season. There is still some great opportunities. Incidentally, while we are witnessing this gorgeous sunrise here in Surfside, California, it's worth noting that the ocean is going to remain flat, calm, gorgeous. Going to have a little bit of wind in a couple of days, but very little. It should be a beautiful, beautiful ocean for you all. And while there is some rain on the horizon, it doesn't look like it's going to be much. I know the clickbaiters are out there talking about atmospheric rivers and all of this stuff about this is going to be the heaviest rain we've seen since the hurricane was here. Remember that hurricane that devastated LA? I'm not sure. It could get really, really wet here in the coming week, but it doesn't appear to be that way. It just appears that we're going to be cloudy, not much wind. And once again, the most important factor when we're talking about fishing is what the seas are going to be like. Are they going to be rough? Are they going to be windy? And it doesn't appear we have any of that in our immediate future, so that is good. Old Glory, 2-day limits of bluefin tuna. Liberty, limits of bluefin tuna. Pacific Queen, limits of bluefin tuna. LA Orange County-based boats are also all over it. The Pride, the Amigo, the Freedom have all been doing pretty darn well. There's some misses in there at times, but for the most part, it's been good. I would highly recommend you're on at least a day and a half trip. I think that makes and gives you the best opportunity to get a nighttime bite in on that in most cases. And boy, I'll tell you, that makes a huge difference. And with the sun setting so early in the evening, if you're 60 miles from home, you can fish for several hours before kicking it for the barn and get in on a night bite on those day and a half trips. So that is really, really good news for you all. So remember, that variety of tackle is essential to your success right now. Keep that in mind. Up and down the coast, the islands, mostly shallow water rockfish at all of our islands right now, with probably the best fishing, not probably, got to be up there in the Channel Islands. Tremendous whitefish and sheep's head. It's been absolutely spectacular. If you fish the deep water cod, that's been awesome. Also, it's just great fishing. You can also go to Verges in Morro Bay and experience some outstanding fishing up in that neck of the woods. And up there around, you know, the Santa Cruz area, Bodega Bay area, we continue to see bluefin, tuna. It's all weather dependent, but big bluefin, a lot of that 80 to 150 pound BFT up there in that neck of the woods. Those guys have been blessed up there, and I appreciate everybody who's been sharing so much great info with us about that bite. It really has been quite good here recently. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. Once again, excellent fishing on the rockfish at all the islands. And I could say the same for the local scene, you know, from Ensenada, San Diego, all the way up into the Channel Islands. Half and 3/4 day boats are fishing deep water cod, or they're fishing sheep's head and whitefish, and they're doing great right now. Any number of boats have been all over it. Our friend Nick Ramirez, check him out. I love Nick. Such a good, hard-working guy who loves sport fishing. Nick, great job on board the Spitfire there. Several other boats. The Sea Watch, running half day out of Seaforth Sport Fishing. Daily double down there in San Diego. Coal Sea and Stardust out of Santa Barbara. The Freelance out of Davies Locker. The Victory out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. Redondo Specials, been doing great. Marina Del Rey Sport Fishing. They've had some really excellent fishing. It has been fantastic fishing for those beautiful, colorful, and delicious eating bottom dwellers. They are a lot of fun to catch. Perfect fish to introduce somebody who's new to the sport to. Pretty easy to catch. And again, you will enjoy it when it comes time to the fish tacos. No question about it. The tide is coming up, and that reminds me that the surf fishing bite has been beautifully, I'm talking about this beautiful sunrise, man. You can just see the red colors. I hope you can see it. But the surf fishing bite's been good. Corvina in the short water, and I'm talking about a foot of water, 2 feet of water right in here on the beaches. We're going to catch those California Corvina. They are fun. They are discriminating feeders. Sometimes you got to drop down to 6 pound, 4 pound. Test sand crabs work really, really well. Sandworms work really, really well. You can get all your baits at Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. Grab all your baits and tackle and everything you'll need to be successful on your next surf fishing expedition. In addition, there's some good yellowfin croaker fishing, some spotfin croaker around, occasional halibut still around. If you're into catching guitar fish, more commonly known as shovel-nosed shark, they're around. The surf is alive and well, and these mornings and evenings are gorgeous right now. If you're fishing, you know, when there's a sunrise or a sunset here in SoCal right now, most beautiful time of the year to be doing that, no question about it. Down towards San Diego, our friend Jeremy Fontenot, he had a nice little halibut that he caught and released. Halibut had to be 22 inches. I met Jeremy a couple of weekends ago down in San Diego. Jeremy, good morning. Thank you for your service, my dear friend. I hope to see you here with your son in Surfside, California, one of these days, really, really soon. All right, my friends, we will continue to monitor and watch it for you very closely. Don't forget, Bart Hall will be joining us in the next couple of days. Make sure you're keeping your eyes open for that one. I'll continue to keep you updated throughout the day if anything is going on. It is an absolutely lovely start to the work week. I hope you are doing well. It's getting close to Thanksgiving and the holiday season. I really can't believe how fast 23 went by. All right, have a great day. I'm going to go back, get a little warmed up, do some editing, get the morning briefing on the air for you. As always, have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.